So the big FedEx saga is continuing, and I genuinely feel like I'm being scammed by FedEx for a gold coin that I purchased about 2 months ago. It's not acceptable, and it's making me feel pretty crap about the whole situation of buying gold from Europe ever again. Hello everybody, Backyard Bullion here. Now today I have an update on the ridiculous and ever-evolving situation that I'm going through with FedEx, who are basically trying to scam me at the moment for not a small sum of money, about £64 worth of my hard-earned cash to help me correct a situation which they were completely responsible for creating. So for those that haven't been following my saga as it's been going, I'll do a quick summary now. Basically, I bought a gold coin from Europe. It's not this particular coin, it was actually the Sadov, the Rwanda Nautical 1 ounce gold. It's currently locked away in secure storage, so I don't have that to showcase here, but ultimately, I was incorrectly charged for sales tax, import taxes, and gold coins are exempt, and this particular gold coin is even on the exemption list of items as well. But even though I supplied FedEx with all of that information that they needed when they incorrectly invoiced me with that rather large tax bill, I should add as well, several £100 worth, they just ignored me. I had an email back after about 4 weeks, by the way, of trying to get in touch with them about this. They said, having investigated the matter in more detail, the invoice has been issued correctly. It is customs duty and tax for a shipment that has been imported into Great Britain. According to Great Britain customs laws, all imports outside the UK are charged duties and taxes. The amount levied is based on the goods value, the shipping costs, and the type of item being imported. If you have any further questions, please do not hesitate to contact us. Now, of course, that's completely factually incorrect on numerous levels because, first of all, not everything is taxed when it comes into the UK, and it is dependent on, they've even said there, it's dependent on what things are being imported, and the particular coin that I was importing was exempt from taxes anyway. So I took some advice from various people on the Silver Forum here on YouTube, and I basically paid FedEx the invoice and put a claim in directly with HMRC myself to get my money back. It's more of a long-winded process, but from everything I gathered, basically FedEx were just useless and don't care or didn't want to help their customers, which is very evident to me in the follow-up customer service case that is now evolving with this particular situation. So, yeah, I thought that was it. I thought, job done, right? I've shuffle off this mortal coil of the woes of FedEx, and I'll now move on to HMRC ruining my day and my life. Although I have more confidence in HMRC, it takes longer with HMRC, but ultimately they do side on the side of right, what is legally correct when it comes to these kind of things. So it just takes a little bit of time. I've got some solace from everybody else who's been through this, and they've talked about that. But lo and behold, last week, it was Wednesday last week that I got an email from FedEx about this situation again. And I didn't even ask for anything from FedEx of this situation. After I paid the invoice, I sent an email saying, I have now paid the invoice. I still maintain my protest that this is wrong, but I have now paid it. I consider this matter closed. That's it, basically. Now I have a reply to that email. Please be advised that your query has been passed to the FedEx Brokerage Administration Services Department and to try and liaise with HM Revenue and Customs on a claim amendment on your behalf. Please note it may take up to 12 weeks to submit the claim or amendment to Customs, and should they require anything further, they may contact you directly. Please be advised that we are unable to guarantee that HMRC will accept the claim or amendment. As per HM Revenue and Customs, no amendments will be accepted for VAT if it can be reclaimed by the recipient. Well, that part is a bit irrelevant as I'm not VAT registered. And then the best bit, the pièce de la résistance comes up. Please be aware that claims or amendments for non-FedEx cause clearance errors may incur an administration fee of £53 plus VAT, which works out at £63.60. The amendment fee will remain payable even if HMRC rejects the claim. So what's essentially happening here is that FedEx have decided in their wisdom that actually I was right all along. They've incorrectly charged me for this VAT, and lo and behold, they've actually paid attention now that I've paid it. They've got my money. It's in their bank account, although maybe it's going through to HMRC at some point on their VAT return. But for now, HMRC have my cash, and they are sitting there with it, enjoying it, twiddling their thumbs, doing nothing. And now they see my email come through and they go, yeah, okay, yeah, we're now going to charge him more money. We're going to earn our keep here. And, that's completely ridiculous. That is tantamount to a scam, in my opinion, because they were wrong. They admit they're wrong because they're now referring this through to somebody to help me make a claim that they incorrectly did not sort out. And then they're going to charge me £53 plus VAT for this privilege of doing that. Now, there are a number of issues here that I take umbrage with. The first being, at no point in this entire process did I ever give consent for FedEx to act on my behalf with HMRC. They are using my personal information to fill out a form. And by the way, it says it can take up to 12 weeks to submit the claim to HMRC on my behalf. I did this claim. It took me about 6 minutes. Maybe a little bit longer to put the bloody documents in an envelope and post it to HMRC. I mean, come on, it takes 12 weeks. That's a load of brown stuff if ever I've heard it. It is just daylight robbery. It is flat out a scam. Now, one of the big cruxes here is that I have obviously been trying to contact FedEx to tell them to back off, to say, no, don't do this. I don't want this. I never gave consent for this. And if you do this, I'm not paying the invoice. And let me tell you, I will be following this through to the nth degree to make sure that they understand that this is not acceptable. I cannot, for love nor money, get hold of anybody within billing, within invoicing, within this FedEx Brokerage Administration Services Department. Of course, when I got this email from them, I replied. There was even a named person on the email. I replied directly to that person. Have I heard anything? No, of course not. I have not, because they're there to scam me. They're there just to charge me this fee regardless of what is right, what is wrong, or what is appropriate for a particular situation. And I've been on the phone to the customer services team at FedEx 3 times since Wednesday last week to try and escalate this to a point where I can get hold of someone. And the first time I contacted them, it was useless. Some poor customer service agent got an earful from me at the other end, and I was trying to explain the whole situation. He referred it through as another escalation case, and I heard nothing of it. Then I decided I would try a second time the next day, and I did, and I got hold of somebody that basically said they were escalating it now to the billing department, so a billing supervisor would be in touch with me within 24 hours. And I thought, okay, yeah, maybe we're making progress here, this is good, let's go from there. Of course, nothing came of it. So on Friday afternoon, I actually I almost lost the will to live, to be honest. I phoned FedEx again, and once again could not get through to anybody of any import. They again escalated it up to, supposedly a rank higher than the billing supervisors, the actual invoice management side of things. But again, no reply, no context being put forward to me about this situation. I don't know what's happening. I was, to the credit of the customer services guy, really nice chap. I mean, he was super helpful. He was super understanding of the situation. And he even said these calls are recorded, so perhaps even one day I can get the audio of these phone calls for you guys to listen. But the guy was basically saying that he has experienced this time and time again, that when there is an incorrect invoice or a situation where FedEx is overcharged, and he said anything to do with FedEx and money, they drag their feet. He says they go to the nth degree to not pay out as they can as soon as possible. He said it's awful for him because he has to deal with customers like me at the other end of the phone who are rightly very annoyed and frustrated and cannot fathom why things are moving at a snail's pace. And he said it's horrible for him to have to deal with. And he said sometimes it can be down to basically the policy that is dictated to them from other agencies. And I interpret that, and a few other people have mentioned it as well, that essentially what's happening is there's a mandate that they have interpreted that says charge tax on everything. And of course, if they do that, they get to charge their administration fees for any import taxes that come through. And not only do they charge the import fees, they can then charge you this absolutely exorbitant £53 plus VAT, so £63.60 for the customer to try and reclaim the VAT. Now, to put that in context, if you've got a big tax bill like I have with several hundred, of course, if that's your only recourse, then yeah, it's pretty much the only way you have to do it. But it's still basically a shadow tax. And £53 for what is essentially 6 minutes worth of work is absolutely ludicrous, and it's not acceptable in anyone's books at all. And that's why I genuinely, I don't use the word scam lightly. I do genuinely feel like it is a scam. Because they have not done this correctly. They've deliberately ignored all of the evidence to correct this situation, and then they've said, well, we'll now correct it with HMRC once you've paid, and it'll cost you £53 plus VAT. Absolutely atrocious. And the sad thing is that there is, this misconception out there that this is how trade should work. This is how free trade works. It's not free trade. It's an absolute shambles. It's a post-Brexit mess. It's Brexit born, and for people to say that it's not Brexit born is, I think, incorrect, because yes, there are new laws in Europe for various different imports and exports, but at the same time, if we were still in the EU, there wouldn't be any questions about this. It would just come through as normal. It would just be however it's done, it was before, and this is now completely basically put me off buying anything from Europe ever again, even if it is following the law. And this is the thing, if you do things right and you get bloody punished for them by, cowboy companies and cowboy idiots, I'm going to use that strong word, in these positions that just don't know the right way of doing things, and they do it specifically to scam people. I think that's awful. So yeah, strong word is scam, but to be honest, that's how I feel. That's how I feel I've been treated. To compound this as well, I had no access to my online billing account for a good 48 hours last week. They tell me it was basically it was a website related issue for a lot of people, but at the same time I couldn't get in there to change my bank details so that they can't just charge me this. And when I did go in there, I can't actually just delete my payment method that's on there. So I ended up contacting my bank to destroy my debit card, because I don't want them just randomly charging my card for this or any other fees that they come up with out of their backside in the future. So anyway, look, it is what it is. I'm going to follow up with this as it evolves even further. I will be pursuing this to the nth degree. I'm not going to let this be acceptable in any way, and we'll see how it evolves. And I'll let you all know in due course with probably another rant and a moan. But still awaiting FedEx. Any kind of contact about this situation, unacceptable. I feel pretty much left in the dark about it. So it is what it is. Let me know your thoughts, guys, down in the comment section about any experiences you've had with this company. I'm not even putting that in inverted commas at the moment. It's not acceptable. And if you've enjoyed this video, please put a thumbs up on it and share it around through your social media. Otherwise, that's it from me. A big thank you to you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. As always, please make sure that you like, share, comment, and subscribe for more.